Let's take a look at example number 3. Julie, a baker specialized in wedding cakes. She would like to calculate the cost of decorating a three-tiered, so it's got three-tiered circular cake with fresh flowers around the base of each level. The bottom cake has a 14-inch diameter, the middle layer has a 10-inch diameter, and the top layer has a 6-inch diameter. All three layers are stacked on top of each other without spacers. If the cost of a 1.5 inch wide red rose is 99 cents and a 2.5 inch wide red rose is 149, which size of roses should Julie decorate with to give her client the best price? So what we're going to have to do is figure out how many roses will go around each layer of the cake. All right, so we have 3 cakes. So we have a 14-inch diameter cake. So it's 14 inches in diameter. And then we'll put roses. I don't know what I do for roses. Roses around it like this. And we're going to assume that they're touching each other. So it's just all the way around. So 14-inch diameter. Then there will be a 10-inch diameter. And then there will be, so they'll put roses around this. And then there will be a 6-inch diameter. And again, roses all the way around it. So we're going to have to figure out how many 2.5-inch roses would it take to go around all of these, and how many 1.5-inch wide roses would it take to go around all of these. So the first thing we're going to need to figure out is we're going to need to figure out the circumferences of all these circles. So how much distance do the roses have to cover? So for the first one, circumference is equal to pi times the diameter. Write out the formula. Circumference is equal to pi times 14. Circumference is equal to whatever 14 times pi is. I need to get myself a calculator. It's over here charging. So use the pi button on your calculator. It's a little more precise. And 14 times pi is equal to 43.98 inches. So she'll need to put roses around about 44 inches of cake. For that one. For the second one, circumference equal to pi times diameter. Pi times 10. And circumference equal to pi times 10, 31.42. And for the smallest cake, circumference is equal to pi times diameter. Circumference is equal to pi times 6. Circumference is equal to pi times 6, 18.85 inches. So her total distance for putting roses next to each other is going to be, and I'm going to round all of these up. The reason I'm going to round all of them up is because we want to overestimate the number of roses. We don't want to underestimate the number of roses. So it's going to be 44 inches plus 31.5 inches plus 19 inches. So I'm just overestimating a little bit. Because if I overestimate the distance, then I'll overestimate the roses. Then I'll ensure that I have enough roses. I don't want to underestimate and end up with not enough roses. And I should be adding instead of multiplying. 44 plus 31.5 plus 19, 94.5 inches. So my total distance around is 94.5 inches. Now, for the 2.5 inch roses. So one rose takes up 2.5 inches. So how many roses will take up 94.5 inches? So do 94.5 times 1 divided by 2.5, 37.8. So this will be 38 roses. Again, I make sure to round up the number of roses, never round down in this type of question. So 38 roses. Now for the 2.5 inch roses, they are $1.49 each. So do 38 times $1.48 per rose. $1.48, $1.49 per rose. So I take 38 times 1.49, $56.62. Now we do the 1.5 inch rows, 1.5 inch rows. So one rose is 1.5 inches. So how many roses are there in 94.5 inches? So 94.5 times 1 divided by 1.5, 63 roses. And they are 99 cents each. So I'm going to do 63 roses times 0.99 per rose, which will give me $62.37. So the better price is the 2.5 inch rose. So it would be buy the 2.5 inch rose. That would be my answer. Now, it is important when you're doing a question like this, you need to know when should you overestimate and when should you underestimate. In this question, we do not want to underestimate because we want to make sure that we have enough roses at the end. We don't want to have to go to the store, buy 37 roses, come back and see that we need 38 roses. We want to go to the store, buy enough roses, come back and use them up. But you don't want to use too many, otherwise you spend too much money. So I would even jump this up to 40 roses, just to make sure I have some extra. Right, just to make sure that I have the right number of roses, I have enough roses, because my time is valuable, my driving costs money, so having 2 extra roses wouldn't be a bad thing. Having 3 extra roses wouldn't be a bad thing. But having to go all the way to the store to keep buying more because I underestimated would not be good. All right, so that's it for example 3. Again, the process is the same. Read the question. Identify the information in the question. Identify what question you're trying to ask. Draw pictures. Do your formula work properly. Conversion work should be shown nicely. Answer the question in the end. Every problem needs to be done in that manner. All right, so thank you for watching. And you should be able to do some of these basics and the textbook questions.